Man, almost a huge upset at the end of that first round. Started with this head kick, bang. And then Zoila Frausto all over Megumi Fujii, moving backwards. And you see the physical dominance of Zoila Frausto once she gets in range, throwing all kinds of strikes. Man, Megumi was lucky to get out of that first round.
Round number 2, again scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. This, the championship bouts of Bellator's inaugural women's tournament, contested at 115 pounds. The winner will be Bellator's women's world champion at 115 pounds. Jimmy, let's take a look at your scorecard.
She took the last 30 seconds. I don't think it was enough to win back the fight, in my opinion. I give it 10-9 Fujii. I thought she controlled the entire fight. I thought she landed that, the entire round. I thought she landed that left hand very effectively, did more damage. Frausto just won that last 30 seconds. But hey, it's easy to steal rounds, so let's see if the judges agree.
Zoila Frausto is in the black and pink. Megumi Fujii is in the white and pink.
It's very important right now. The big question is, how much was Fujii hurt? How much did she get back?
The great heavyweight, Josh Barnett, former UFC heavyweight champion, the trainer, the coach of Megumi Fujii between rounds 1 and 2, Jimmy, he told his fighter no more low kicks.
You see here the Fujii going back to what she was doing in that first round, keeping pressure on Frausto and angling. And Frausto, I think, realizes that kick is going to be more effective than the hands. That right hand just hasn't really landed effectively. Lead rights are hard to use, even against a southpaw. Got to set it up with that lead hook, throw some feints, throw something else to get Fujii off her game. One problem, one thing I'm seeing that I don't like from Fujii, she has her hands very low, kind of sticking her chin out.
Zoila Frausto told us that she believes coming to this fight that Megumi Fujii had never really been punched hard in MMA. She's now been kicked hard in MMA.
Certainly been kicked hard. Now, what's surprising me are things like that. She's catching that kick, but not going in for the takedown. Seems content to stand and bang.
Straight left hand by Fujii. Frausto just missing with that right hand as she stepped in.
Against Jessica Penne, she used a lot of dirty boxing. She doesn't seem to want to get that close to Fujii. Doesn't want to get in there with a judo black belt and tie her up.
Fighters moving side to side. Frausto, as she did for much of round number 1, here in round number 2, fighting with her back just against the Bellator cage fence.
But Fujii seems content to stand and kickbox. Not shooting in, even though Frausto's back is against the cage.
Push left hand there by Fujii.
I think they might be saving those takedowns for the third round into the deep water when she gets a little more tired, then spend some energy looking for the takedown. Jessica Penne went for a lot of clinches and takedowns, and her fight against Zoila Frausto was not successful, burned a lot of energy.
Frausto just missing with the overhand left. Fujii slowly trying to walk down Frausto.
Looks like the plan is to spend at least the first couple rounds kickboxing for Fujii.
No, Frausto wants to get off of that right hand, get off of that head kick. Tried to throw the right there, couldn't do so.
Frausto, we saw against Jessica Aguilar, doesn't wear damage that well. We can see it here, her face is swollen, lips are bleeding. Can't tell if the nose is bleeding from here, but she shows damage.
The right hand by Zoila Frausto.
You see in boxing, certain fighters swell up and bleed easily. It's hard for the judges not to take that into consideration.
Final minute of round number 2.
See, Zoila steps out a little bit, but then is content to keep this position with her back to the fence.
Fujii just missing with the left. Body kick by Frausto, partially caught by Fujii. See if Frausto tries to explode with her strikes at the end of round 2 as she did Jimmy at the end of round number 1.
Yeah, trying to steal the last 30 seconds of the round, 20 seconds left.
Low kick by Frausto.
I'm surprised Fujii doesn't mix it up. Maybe look for a takedown to try and ice the end of the round, but wants to kickbox.
Round number 2 coming to a close. We will go to round number 3.
Let's go.
Sugoi, Mega-chan.
A look into the corner of Megumi Fujii with her trainer and coach, Josh Barnett.
Stay back in the corner.
Zoila Frausto also has an outstanding trainer and coach. Her boyfriend as well, George Gurgel, UFC and Strikeforce veteran. A lot of talent in the 2 corners, a lot of talent in the cage right now. Round number 3.
Josh Barnett said in between rounds she throws 2 and then she stops. I agree, she's not throwing a lot of combinations, not a lot of punches and bunches. It's pretty much that 1-2.
The winner will be crowned Bellator's inaugural female MMA champion. This contested at 115 pounds. Zoila Frausto is in the black and pink. Megumi Fujii is in the white and pink. Jimmy, as always, you have the unofficial scorecard.
Well, I have it 2 rounds to none. I gave that last round 10-9 to Megumi Fujii. 20-18 so far.
Seventh time in Zoila Frausto's pro MMA career that she has gone past 2 rounds. This is her 11th pro MMA fight, the 23rd pro MMA fight for Megumi Fujii. Jimmy, just the 3rd time that she has gone past 2 rounds.
That is amazing considering how many times she has fought. But, you know, with Josh Barnett, I don't think conditioning is going to be an issue.
About 85% of this fight has been contested in this area. That portion of the cage, Frausto with her back against the Bellator cage fence, moving side to side, Fujii trying to slowly walk down her bigger opponent.
The problem Zoila might have is that if this goes the distance, a big criteria in the judging is cage generalship, ring control, who's dictating where the fight goes. And she's had her back to the fence this entire fight. Fujii looks like the aggressor. I think she's been a little more accurate and done a little more damage as well, but even if it were equal, Fujii looks like the one who's pushing Zoila around, or at least deciding where the fight goes, and that is so important.
Frausto said to us in her fighter meeting, quote, "I have to knock out Fujii to win." She just, for some reason, did not think that if it went all 5 rounds in 25 minutes, that she would get the favorable end of the decision.
That's a strange comment, because against Jesse Aguilar, she certainly did.
Coming up after this fight, our 2nd world title fight of the night here at Bellator 34. This for Bellator's 185-pound world title. Alexander Shlemenko versus the champion Hector Lombard.
Crowd's starting to get a little restless here. I think just about everyone is surprised. Oh, good right hand. Now it's Fujii up against the cage.
The left eye of Megumi Fujii is starting to close. And Frausto letting go with some big right hands.
But this time, plenty of time left in the round, 2 minutes.
Frausto just missing with that head kick.
And Fujii not going in for a takedown. Content to stand here. I have no idea why. It looks like Frausto would be right for a takedown, but Fujii not going for that.
Now it's Zoila Frausto trying to walk down Megumi Fujii. Frausto landing with the left. Frausto missing with that stepping right.
And you think we'd see, that's a bad habit Fujii has, is reaching for that leg kick.
Haymaker right by Frausto, just missed over the top. She throws that right hand, Jimmy, with some very bad intentions.
She certainly does. I'm just amazed that even when Frausto's coming in, throwing punches, Fujii doesn't change her level and go for a takedown. That's where she has the advantage, is on the ground.
Frausto missing with that low kick. Fujii stepping forward with the combination. And again, it's Zoila Frausto, not walking down her smaller opponent, not fighting in the center of the Bellator cage, but essentially with her back against the Bellator cage fence. Now stepping out a little forward.
I think she's worried about the takedown, but she does well when she moves in just like this. And yet she's not doing it very often, but she is pouring it on now. Fujii is taking a lot of damage. This is what Fujii cannot do. She cannot trade punches with Zoila Frausto. Frausto is just too big, too strong.
Frausto clearly has the heavier hands. And that is a bad mouse under the left eye of Megumi Fujii.
Now Fujii showing the damage from this round. Zoila Frausto making a big statement in this round number 3.
And we are headed to round number 4.